There's a quiet truth about the deepest kind of wound. It often comes not from a distinct event, but from the deafening silence of what never was. It's not the memory of a harsh word that haunts you, but the echo of the comfort that never came. This is the subtle, pervasive nature of emotional neglect. It's not a scar left by a visible injury. It is a hollow space carved into your soul by the chronic absence of emotional connection. And if you don't understand the architecture of this emptiness, you will spend your adult life trying to fill a void whose shape and origin you can't even see, mistaking its ghostly ache for a fundamental flaw in who you are. Emotional neglect is the invisible trauma. It's the childhood home that had food on the table and a roof overhead, but where the air was thin, devoid of emotional oxygen. It's having parents who provided for your physical needs, but were blind to your inner world. They didn't see the fear behind your silence, the loneliness behind your compliance, or the desperation in your plea for simple attention. The child in such an environment learns a devastating lesson. My feelings are an inconvenience. My needs are a burden. My inner reality doesn't matter. So they learn to build a life around this void. They become masters of self-sufficiency, not out of strength, but out of necessity. They learn to be the parent they never had, soothing their own fears and validating their own existence, because no one else will. This learned survival pattern, this armor of independence, follows them into adulthood with devastating consequences. The first and most profound effect is a chronic, gnawing feeling of emptiness. It's a sense that something is fundamentally missing, a quiet hum of loneliness that persists even when surrounded by people. You might achieve great success, build relationships, and check all the boxes of a happy life, yet feel like an imposter, a ghost haunting a life that isn't truly yours. This emptiness is the lingering presence of that early absence. You were never taught the language of your own emotions, so you don't know how to feel truly full. The second effect is a deep-seated difficulty with depending on others. To the emotionally neglected adult, vulnerability feels like a life-threatening risk. Asking for help feels like a shameful admission of failure. They become the person everyone else relies on, the strong friend, the dependable colleague. But they build walls so high and so thick that no one can ever truly get in. Intimacy is terrifying because it requires a level of trust that was never modeled for them. They learned that their needs would be met with indifference, so they decided it was safer to simply have no needs at all. This isn't strength, it is a fortress built around a terrified child. This leads directly to the third lingering effect, a profound disconnect from one's own feelings. If your emotions were consistently ignored as a child, you learn to ignore them yourself. You might struggle to even identify what you're feeling, describing your inner state as fine or numb. You intellectualize your pain rather than feeling it. You may not know how to receive love because you don't know what it feels like to be emotionally seen. The Swiss psychologist Carl Jung spoke of the shadow, the part of ourselves where we push all the disowned and repressed aspects of our psyche. For the emotionally neglected, the entire landscape of authentic feeling, the anger, the sadness, the longing, is relegated to the shadow. It doesn't go away, it just operates from the darkness, sabotaging relationships and driving self-destructive behaviors from a place you cannot consciously access. The silence you grew up in was not your fault. The emptiness you feel is not a sign that you are broken. It is a map pointing back to the part of you that was left unattended. You are not empty. You are a landscape waiting to be seen. The healing journey is not about blaming the parents who may have done the best they could with the limited emotional tools they had. It is about turning your own compassionate gaze inward. It is about learning for the first time to listen to the quiet whispers of your own heart. The work is not to fill the void with distractions, but to finally give that unseen child within you the one thing they always needed: your own unwavering attention.